Welcome to Shelves in the City, LA, day one. This was the bookish weekend of my dreams, so let's get into all the amazing things we did on the first day of the trip. Started the day at an ungodly hour. My husband is so kind and drove me to the airport, and Pink Pony Club was playing, which set the vibe for the whole trip. I think we listened to this song like 10 times. There's a bit of a fiasco at the airport. They booked my flight under the wrong traveler number, so I waited in a bunch of lines and barely made it to my flight in time, despite getting there 2 hours early, so very stressful, but I did make it on. I got incredibly lucky and had the entire row of seats to myself on this flight. I got to catch the sunrise over Detroit, which was gorgeous. Read a little bit of my Kindle book, The Thorn Season, but then took a nap because I was way too tired. Woke up flying over some beautiful mountains, landed in LA, and then found my chauffeur who was waiting for me with my name on an iPad. I was sharing this ride with my friend who's also from Michigan, and I feel like we didn't get to connect enough over the weekend, but at least we had this car ride together. Got to the Beverly, and this is a 5-star hotel, so they literally immediately opened my door for me, grabbed my bags, took them up for me. I'm gonna make a whole separate video on the hotel because it was an entire vibe, but this was 10 a.m. The check-in was supposed to be at 3, but they had my room ready for me early, which was so nice. When I tell you this room was luxury, this was seriously the nicest hotel I've ever stayed in. Already morning, the comfy bed, the shower, the bath, I want them all in my house immediately. I took a shower and took a quick nap in the hotel before getting ready for dinner, grabbed my Shelves in the City goodies from the lobby and got all dressed up, took a few quick pictures on the balcony of course, and then grabbed my bag and my jacket and got ready to go. So this is for the alumni dinner. So this is the same group of 60 creators that were here last year in New York, and it was so incredible to see everybody again. We hopped on some party buses and we were off to Santa Monica. Here's the reality of having 60 creators all in the same room. We made it to Lulu. Look at how cute Seth and Amanda are. They had this whole section reserved for us, and this was so gorgeous. The aesthetic here is immaculate. They had this harpist, guitar player, singer. She was so incredibly talented, so it was really fun to hear her. Recent number 5,268 of Why I'm Obsessed with Hannah. We got a welcome speech from Victoria Aveyard. She's the sweetest human. She's so kind in person. Sneak peek at all the courses that were coming out. This food was so divine, like absolutely would come again. Cheers with all my friends. We were so happy to be back together, and I got to sit with Brock and Amanda, two of my besties. Next up was Santa Monica Pier. I've never been here, so it was so much fun. It was after sunset, so we couldn't see the water, but we could still see all the fun things on the pier. There was a cool arcade that a bunch of people went and played games in, and then me and a couple friends walked to the end of the pier and chatted. We saw a sea lion, which was so cool to me, and took this cute picture. I poked my head into the arcade, which looked super fun. Then we hopped back on the party bus, and this is the second time that I heard Pink Pony Club. I swear this song followed us the whole time. Got back to the hotel room and it felt surreal. This is really my life right now. Took the most luxurious shower, fresh robe and slippers moment, and got into the most comfy bed I've ever slept in my life. And that was the end of day one. I unwinded with just a little bit of TV, played some Grey's Anatomy, which is a comfort show for me. That is it for day one. Thank you so much for joining, and stay tuned for day two because there's so much more that we did this weekend.